What if I told you the real gold rush isn't about digging deeper, but about bold choices, breaking free, and rewriting your destiny? Picture a flashy YouTube title like, Omani Billionaire Lands in Burkina Faso to buy tons of gold from Traore. Sounds cinematic, right? It grabs your attention. But here's the twist. This story isn't just about buying gold. It's about a nation, Burkina Faso, stepping up, demanding more of its own resources. It's about a leader who says, no more shipping off our wealth. We'll refine it, control it, and let our people benefit. Today, we're diving into that powerful shift. A gold-rich country forging a new path, with whispers of Omani billionaires entering the picture, but with deeper truths underneath. Buckle up. This isn't your usual resource story. This is sovereignty meets ambition in the heart of West Africa. The Forgotten Gold Empire. Nestled in the heart of the Sahel, Burkina Faso is Africa's fourth largest gold producer, a nation overflowing with mineral riches. Yet for years, most of that wealth left the country unrefined, exported raw, with little benefit trickling back home. It's a story of irony. Gold accounts for about 70% of export earnings, yet the people, with their resilience and ambition, saw barely a fraction, unrefined, exported, taxed away. For the everyday Burkinabe, prosperity remained out of reach. But that narrative is changing, fast and intentionally. Traore's vision, from exporter to sovereign. Enter Captain Ibrahim Traoré, a leader with bold ideas. Since 2023, he's pushed structural change to retain more national value from gold. In November 2023, the Council of Ministers approved the construction of the first domestic gold refinery, a game-changer in value retention. This facility is set to produce around 400 kilograms of refined gold daily, generating 100 direct jobs and 5,000 indirect jobs. In February 2024, Traore suspended export permits for small-scale gold producers, a move that cracked down on smuggling, illicit trade, and tax evasion, and helped formalize the sector. The transformation continued in April 2025, when Burkina Faso nationalized more foreign-owned industrial mines, giving control via the state mining company Sopamab. Already, it has taken over two big mines, Bongu and Wagnion, once run by Endeavour Mining. By June 2025, 5 additional mining assets, 2 operating mines and 3 exploration licenses were transferred into Sopamib's stewardship. The results are tangible. In 2024, state entities collected over 8 tons of gold, and in the first quarter of 2025, more than 11 tons, a surge propelled by the new assertive direction. Oman enters the frame. Spark, not the whole story. That's where the flashy video titles come in. Omani Billionaire Lands in Burkina Faso to buy gold, or Oman's historic gold deal worth billions. But here's the reality. There is a strategic partnership unfolding, just not exactly as the sensational headlines suggest. On August 28, 2025, Burkina Faso and Oman signed 3 landmark agreements. These deal with a joint venture in the gold mining sector, a comprehensive investment partnership across multiple economic sectors, significant agricultural investments, including rice and strategic crops. These were signed in Ouagadougou by Abdul Salam Mohammed Al-Murshidi, chairman of the Oman Investment Authority, OIA, alongside Burkina Faso officials, symbolizing a shift from headlines to real investment. As reported by GSN, the Omani Sovereign Fund is stepping into a gold mining venture, not simply buying tons of gold on arrival. This is strategic, structural investment, not a quick grab. Why this matters: investment versus extraction. Here's where the narrative gets thought-provoking. Operating your own refinery means keeping value in-country. For every ounce refined domestically, there's more job creation, more skilled opportunity, not just a raw export. A joint venture with Oman could introduce capital, expertise, and infrastructure, helping grow production, but within a framework that ensures Burkina participation and benefit. It's a move away from extractive dependency and towards partnership. The goal: sustainable development, not one-off wealth grabs. Real-world parallels. Let me make it relatable. Think Ethiopia. recently roasting its own coffee rather than exporting beans. Roasting adds value, builds skills, and exports higher margin product. Or Ghana, investing in local cocoa processing, chocolate production, lifting incomes and keeping more within the country. Burkina's strategy is similar. Shift from exporting raw minerals toward refining and strategic partnerships that anchor value at home. Human impact. This isn't just gold. This story isn't just about numbers. It's about lives. Local miners, artisanal producers under reform face stricter permits. But in return, there's a path toward formalization, protection, and integration into a larger economy. Building a refinery that produces 400 kilograms a day? That's 100 direct jobs and 5,000 indirect ones, transforming communities, boosting local economies. Shifting control of mining assets to Sopamibi means revenues stay in country, funding schools, roads, health, and local services. The regional ripple, sovereignty in action. Burkina isn't alone. It's now part of the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, alongside Mali and Niger. They exited ECOWAS, building their own economic, currency, legal, and security frameworks. This gold refinery push and investment pivot are part of a broader strategy, asserting resource sovereignty, economic independence, and regional integration on their own terms. The global gold chessboard, why Burkina Faso's move matters. Let's zoom out for a moment. Gold isn't just a shiny metal, it's economic power, it's geopolitical leverage, it's financial security. For centuries, Africa's raw materials fueled global empires. Gold, diamonds, oil, all extracted, refined, and profited elsewhere. The host countries, often left with environmental scars and empty promises. Now, nations like Burkina Faso are rewriting the rules. By refining its own gold, building domestic processing capacity, and crafting strategic partnerships like the one with Oman, Burkina Faso is stepping into the global gold chessboard with real bargaining power. Why does this matter? Because gold prices hit record highs in 2024, topping over $2,400 an ounce, driven by global uncertainty, central bank stockpiling, and fears of currency volatility. That means every ounce Burkina refines at home and sells strategically isn't just money, it's sovereignty. It's a seat at the table in a game once controlled far beyond African borders. Real-life echoes. Countries that took control. This strategy isn't isolated. History gives us parallels. Botswana and diamonds. For decades, De Beers controlled Botswana's diamond wealth. But in 2023, Botswana renegotiated its deal, securing a bigger share for local processing and exports. The result? More jobs, higher revenues, and local industries around diamonds flourished. Indonesia and nickel. Once just an exporter of raw nickel, Indonesia banned raw exports in 2020, forcing companies to invest in domestic smelters. Today, it's a global EV battery hub, feeding Tesla, CATL, and others. Burkina Faso is taking a page from the same playbook. Process locally, export smarter, keep wealth inside borders. It's a formula with proof and success stories to show it works. What's next for Burkina Faso? So, what could come next? Gold-backed financial tools. Some African nations explore gold reserves to stabilize currency or launch sovereign wealth funds for long-term investment. Regional refining hubs, with Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso forming the Alliance of Sahel States, could joint refineries and shared infrastructure emerge. Green mining initiatives. With climate change concerns, there's a rising push for eco-friendly mining using solar-powered operations and better waste management. Each step strengthens the nation's economic independence while aligning with global sustainability trends, an angle investors like Oman will find attractive. And here's the twist. As Burkina Faso sharpens its strategy, other nations are watching closely. Could this spark a wave of resource sovereignty across Africa? A movement where local value beats foreign dependency? One thing's certain, the gold rush of the future looks nothing like the past. Let's drop the clickbait. Burkina Faso isn't just exporting gold, it's recrafting its destiny. The refinery, the nationalized mines, the Omani partnership, they're puzzle pieces of a bigger picture. Empowerment through strategy, not spectacle. So, when you hear about an Omani billionaire landing for gold, think bigger. This is about a country reshaping its destiny, step by strategic step, from forgotten exporter to future power player. Burkina Faso's gold story is just beginning. If that sparked your curiosity, hit subscribe and share this story, because the real narrative isn't in the headlines, it's in the change. And trust me, the world is watching, and Burkina Faso might just lead the way.